we grew up with parents who were really idealists. They were people that gave their lives for a cause. They were part of the Indian freedom struggle. In fact, my father, Baba Bedi, and our mother, Rita Bedi, they met at Oxford in 1933 and then moved to Berlin for further studies. And theirs, incidentally, was the first marriage in Oxford between an Indian student and an English student. And it caused a lot of controversy because there was racism in Oxford at the time. So Papa and I went to Berlin, where Ranga was born in 1934. And then they came back to India. Where my father told my mother, I'm offering you no security because I'm going to fight the British. And she said, I love England, but I oppose colonialism, so I'll come with you. So Ranga saw all those freedom struggle years, all the years in Lahore, when Mummy was leading non-violent Gandhian demonstrations and Papa was being imprisoned for his leftist views and trade union rabble-rousing against the British. He saw that whole period of freedom struggle, often with his parents in jail, spending time in the Punjab countryside, and got to love Punjab in a way from the roots itself. I was born in like one of Midnight's children. I was born in 46, so I didn't see those years of the freedom struggle which we only heard about, to which Ranga is a living testimony. And you know, even after the freedom struggle was over, our parents never had a whole lot of money. They were very culturally rich, intellectually rich, had lots of wonderful friends, but never a lot of money in the house. And there was a period we even lived in tents on the outskirts of Delhi. And there was a time when as a child, I used to love ice creams. And this quality used to make this wonderful thing called chalk bars.
Oh yeah.
With vanilla inside, chocolate on the outside. And so this guy it used to cost 8 annas, half a rupee at the time. So I went in and I said, Ranga, have you got any money? He said, I've just got an 8 anna piece, but that's a quota 8 anna piece. I said, doesn't matter, I'm going to try it on. So Gully and I went out, we flagged down this guy on a bicycle, quality ice cream. And I said, one chalk bar. He gave me the chalk bar, put money in. Gully looked at me, oh, bhai, he's taken the quota 8 anna bit. At which point, the man promptly took back the chalk bar, threw back the coin, and Gully was given a slap by irritated me. So, see, Ranga is 12 years older than me. So, you know, he was like a hero figure. Because when you're 10 years old and your brother's 22, it's almost like a father figure. And for some reason, I don't know quite what, we always called him Rangappa. You know, he was just referred to as Rangappa. So his Ranga brother became Rangappa. And Ranga was always sort of a pa figure in a sense. And at that point, Ranga sort of went into the tea gardens, and so, you know, it was nice to know that there was somebody who had a stable job in the family. And Ranga was this figure. And of course, you know, going to the tea gardens was like a dream, because there he was as manager in this beautiful tea garden with wonderful estates around him, 6 servants, drivers.
And all the Brit women were in love with him. All the Brit women were in love with him.
That I won't attest to, because only I'm glad. And you know, it was a wonderful time. And I used to love pineapple, so he would have this pineapple field out there, and I would eat pineapples till my mouth turned sore with the sheer amount of pineapple. It was like, you know, going to heaven, seeing Ranga in the tea gardens. And that was certainly part of my growing up experience. And then, of course, he married Umi. And laughter. And Umi was this wonderful addition to the family. And at the time when he proposed to her, she was almost 17. So he was regarded as a bit of a child snatcher. And he was also non-Christian. That became a big bone of contention. But all that was overcome amicably. And they got married. And they raised a great family with Ami, Soni, Seher, who in turn had great families of their own with Ami and Sanu, Soni and Deepak, Seher and Tina. all. So Ranga is sort of the head of the family, which has grown, prospered, flowered, and we're proud to have him as head of the family. As brothers, we actually spend more time apart than together, because I spent almost 23 years out of India and Ranga was here, but I was happy to be part of Bedi and Bedi when it started, because the other Bedi in the Bedi and Bedi is me. and Ranga took the company to great heights, and he's always been a part of my life in the sense of the love and support that he provided to me, the love and respect he gave to my various wives, girlfriends, and I'm particularly glad that Ranga has given so much love and respect to Parveen, who I've been with together for 8 years, and even though we are not married, she is no less than a wife to me, and the love and respect that Ranga, Umi and the whole family have given her, for which I'm enormously grateful. Ranga's full name is Ranga Trilochan means. Trilochan means somebody who has 3 eyes. So the third eye, wisdom, is a sign of wisdom, far seeing. But you know, and so it's a sort of symbol of great foresight. So it became Ranga T. Bedi, his full name. But that T is more than symbolic, because tea has been a central part of his life. First as a manager in the tea gardens, then in Calcutta at Bush Tea, where he was trading tea, then in Bangalore where he manufactured equipment for the tea industry. So tea has been a very prophetic part of his name that has defined Ranga in so many wonderful ways. And each of these phases was, you know, Assam to Calcutta to Bangalore, was a different phase of his life. But really, it's in Bangalore that he found his real home. And each of you, friends and family, have made that a home for him. And I'm very grateful to all of you for having made such a wonderful home for Ranga. I also want to say that even in these late years, he's expanded. He's become the Mad Hatter of India, making all kinds of hats. And I want to say that we all miss Gully, our sister, who's in Boston, who couldn't be here today, but we miss her. You know, our parents achieved great things in their lives. My father ended up as a living legend in Italy as a philosopher. He has centers that still operate his philosophies, and became a major figure there. Mummy received the highest ordination that any woman has ever received in the Tibetan Buddhist orders as a woman. And she is an iconic figure in the Buddhist world. And for all their achievements, I'm sure, looking down on Ranga, they're very proud of what Ranga has achieved in terms of his life, his work, his friends, and his family. Thank you all so much.
For he is a jolly good fellow, for he is a jolly good fellow, he is a jolly good fellow.
All that you said, I only have to say one thing. How I got the name of Ranga. I belong to a Punjabi family, and the name Ranga didn't quite work. As Kabir mentioned, my parents went for higher studies in Germany, and when they were in Germany, I was born. My mother spent all our time learning Hindi. The first letter she ever wrote to her mother-in-law was in Hindi. However, when it came to naming me, they sat down and they decided what name should be given. So there was a big debate on that. She has to have an Indian name. Very good. So it was Mohanlal, Sonlal, Jagdishlal. My mother said, no, this doesn't sound right. So he tried again and again and again. I don't know the variation. And eventually, he got fed up and said, call him Ranja. She said, that sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful. He said, you know, do you realize, would you call your son Romeo? Never. I said, well, that's what it means in India. So I tell you what, put a G instead of the J. Call him Ranga. Now what is ironic? That the last years of my life, up to now, 33, I'm living in South India, where a Punjabi has a name which says Ranga. And everybody says, well, how the hell did you have a name like Ranga? But that's the story about how I got my name. The Trilochan part came because my father's elder brother, who was an ICS man, his name was Trilochan Das. So the Trilochan came from that. Not from wisdom, because I never had it, my wife never allowed it.
That's what I said, far away.